Hello everyone. Today I'm so excited because I am going to do an unboxing for Sketchbox. Sketchbox reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to try a few boxes. I'm going to unbox these and we're going to hopefully make some art today. I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. And then from the bottom it looks like I have June 2025 premium kit, and then I have a March premium kit. So I think I know what one of them is, but I really don't know what the other one is. I wanted it to be a surprise, so I did not look it up. I love surprises, and art is definitely my therapy and my go-to after I've done all my adult things and getting away from all the drama in the world. So, okay, let's see here. Okay, so this is the one I sort of knew what was going to be in it, and I am very excited. It comes with this pamphlet. I want to get right into the goodies and see what we have here. So they wrap it really nice. All right. Okay, so first we have some paper for oil, but it's smaller sheets. Well, it feels like hot press paper. I was thinking it was going to be like coated or something, but it's just like, it feels like hot press paper, but it's actually made for oil. I love that. And it's in a small size, so I'm not going to overthink it and think I have to create a masterpiece. It's still 100% cotton and 12 sheets. So that's really great. And then we have some color shapers. There's 3. This says Sketchbox signature, so these might only be available through Sketchbox. Oh, they even send a sticker. Okay, well, I'm going to turn that into a magnet, and then we're going to use that today. So let me unwrap all this, and then we'll go through and we will do the swatching and everything. Look at this. This is Sennelier oil pastels. It's so great. This is their iridescent line. They kind of look metallic. They're really pretty. So this comes with, I'm trying to read the colors, reddish, brown gold. That's going to be really pretty. I'm just going to put them in here so they stay safe. And then it also has transparent blue and then red gold. Oh, those are going to be gorgeous. Sennelier oil pastels are one of my favorite, and they are super soft like lipstick, and they are going to be great on top of the Van Gogh oil pastels, which I've never tried, and of course I love some Van Gogh products, so I can't wait to try them. I think I'm going to open these really quick. All right, so there are 3, and they each have a different nib, and they are the color shapers. So we'll set those aside to use those shortly. I have never tried Van Gogh oil pastels. It says there's 6 sticks, and I love that they come in a little container, so I don't have to worry about where I'm going to store them. I could put them in my wooden drawer eventually, but this is great. Okay, so 6 basic mixing colors. Royal Talens makes Rembrandt for their professional line, and they make Van Gogh for their student grade line. But the unique thing about them is even though they're student grade, they're still light fast. Okay, and they all have pigment information. First, let's just go ahead, and I don't want to swatch them on this because that will waste it. Let's swatch them on the back. You get a white. Swatching on this paper will also tell, you know, how transparent they are. Okay, here we have the white. And then here we have the yellow. Yeah, see, this is pretty transparent, but that's very common with yellow for oil pastels. Here's the carmine. Oh, that's really pretty. And then we have the blue violet. That looks like it's fairly transparent as well. And then here we have the phthalo blue. And I want to have enough room for the green. I didn't space those out very good. It's what happens when I try to hurry, but I'm excited. And then we have fir green. I think I have just enough room for it. So it's a quite firm pastel. And then here we have the gorgeous Sennelier oil pastels. Oh, they will be the dessert. They will be the creme de la creme. Oh, these are so pretty. Look at that. They're iridescent, so they're just really pretty. I think this would be perfect colors for fall, but it's going to work for summer too. Oh, wow. And those are buttery smooth like lipstick. And okay, so here they are, all swatched out. I'm going to leave this open so it can dry just a bit, and then I'll probably find a piece of glassine to put underneath it, just because I really don't want to contaminate that paper. You can use a piece of vellum or tracing paper. Let's just look at the pamphlet now. So this says Sketchbox Oil Pastel plus Color Shaper Premium Box. So they give you the instruction to go ahead and sketch it out. So this is perfect if you're a beginner and you want to try some new supplies. It looks like they have an artist walking you through step by step on how to create this, and that is beautiful. It tells you what comes with it and explains all about it and the retail price. So it tells you what a value you're getting. I will have all the information and coupon codes and everything linked in the description box if you want to try this box. Here is the second box, and this they're saying is the March 2025 premium kit. So I'm sure it's still available. And I remember her saying something in the email about coffee, but I did not. I on purpose did not go look it up because I just wanted to be surprised. Because I do love surprises. All right, so there's the pamphlet. We'll take a look at that last because I don't want any spoiled. Okay, and then let's see what we have in here. So we have a Get Sketchbox. This looks like an alcohol marker. So is what it, yep, alcohol illustration marker. And that, oh look, it's caramel. And then we have Rockwell Americano and Espresso. Oh my gosh, these might be watercolors. And it has a maple leaf, so I'm guessing these are, yep, made in Canada. I was thinking that. I didn't want to say and be wrong. I've never tried any paints from Rockwell. Oh, that's great. We'll swatch those out in just a minute. So exciting. Okay, and then this is a Derwent drawing pencil. There's so many goodies in here. Okay, I'm just going to get them all out and then we'll go through them. So look at all the goodies that came in this. And then we have a Sketchbox Signature Quill number 2 watercolor brush. So we have a number 2 quill brush. So that's really cool. Also have a Bear Claw 4B pencil. Wow, look at this. I've never tried anything like this. That's so cool. It's shaped triangular. I don't know if that's coming across, but I bet that'll be really, yeah, that feels really nice in the hand. It's a 4B. Okay, and then we have a pigment reel brush from Karen. It's got the brush nib. I love that they give you a sticker. This is the artwork created by Sarah Mason. And then it also comes with Paint On Natural Mixed Media paper. So this is by Claire Fontaine, and it is a great little 4x6 size. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and try all these on this paper first. Let's just go ahead and try the pencil first to see how that feels. I love how it feels in the hand. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's see how it erases. It erases, okay. It might erase better on other paper, but it feels really good in your hand. And I like that it's substantial, it's kind of chunky. Okay, that's nice. Then we have this Derwent drawing pencil. This doesn't show up very much on this paper. Really quick, I think I'll just on this. See the color? And they have a kind of a buttery smooth feeling that's really nice, that it's really different than a lot of the formulations of other colored pencils, and that's why I love them so much. All right, next we have the Sketchbook Signature. This is in the color Caramel, and it's an alcohol marker. Has a chisel tip on one end, and then the brush nib, which is always my favorite. And let's got a pretty caramel color. So it's kind of a coffee themed box that I really love, and I love coffee, so Let's see, next we have this is the Karen Real Brush. It's a pigment acrylic marker that is, it says they are acrylic permanent paint, and it says it has a durable brush tip. This is the color Almond, and I'm really excited to try this because I have not tried these at all. You do need to shake it first. Look at that nib. That is going to be really great for fine detail. All right, so it's not going to show up. It's the color. I'll do it on here. That's shows. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and do it on here too so you guys can see. It has a really fine nib, and depending on how you angle it, you can get different really fine or really thick. So that is it's like a little tiny paintbrush, and the fibers for the nib feel really fine quality. So there's that. So I really love that. And then next we have some watercolors, and this says it's safe, but I want to see the flow and everything, so I'm going to swatch these. I think I'm actually going to swatch them on this paper. I'm so excited to try these Rockwell paints. There's Espresso and Americano. These are watercolors made in Canada. I have not tried these. How exciting. So this one is PBK7 and PY42, so it's yellow ochre with black. That would be fun. And then this one is PBK7, PY65, and PR3. So those will be two browns that look good. And they both are 3 stars for light fast ratings. And they're series 2 paints. Didn't want to waste the paper, but I can do oil pastels over the watercolors. So I'm just going to swatch these quickly. First we have Espresso. And then, you know what? These have the tiniest smell of coffee. Am I crazy? That is so cool. Okay. I don't know if I always have coffee on my desk, and they have a little coffee scent to them. That is so cool. Okay, so next we have Americano. Let's go ahead and swatch these out. Just going to use the quill brush so I can see. Oh, it has a nice disbursement. Oh, wow. Okay, and that's nice. And then you can have it really deep, dark color too. So this paper, since it's 100% cotton, it's going to work really well to do what I like to do now, which is I like to do watercolors or gouache first actually, and then do my oil pastel on top normally. I don't think we'll do that today. Let's go ahead and test out the Americano now. Oh, this, yeah. I like both of these, but I think I like this better because it is this, I like my coffee with lots of cream. And my latest thing is using whipped cream with it. Oh, I just dripped. I just dripped that. I'll just go ahead and fix that. So really nice. So a really caramel, kind of a caramel color, and then a really deep dark brown. I don't know when I'll be uploading this video, but today is actually July 2nd, so I'm going to be drawing and painting along with the World Watercolor Month Challenge. I'm going to use my favorite supplies from both of the boxes. So I'm going to let you watch along while I paint. I'm going to squeeze both the Americano and Espresso watercolors. For the color shapers, they blend pastels really nice. you can also use them for masking fluid, and that's what I'm going to share here. First, I'm going to apply some masking fluid, and then I'm going to let that dry. So first, I'm going to go ahead and do wet on wet. I'm going to get the paper all wet, and then I'm going to take the Americano watercolor and just kind of do my background, my first layer of the background. I'm leaving most of the footage in for this, and you're going to see how many mistakes I make, but that's just me. I'm just very adventurous, and I want to go try all the things and do all the things and mess up, and that's how I learn. So I'm still very much learning. I never do anything perfect, and I'm always hard on myself, but it's just fun. And I feel like if I'm not making mistakes, I'm not learning and I'm not growing, and that's where I'm at. I do have a reference photo I'm using from Unsplash, and I will try to remember to link that, but if not, if you just type espresso, I think that's what came up under Unsplash. First, I go ahead and try to use some of the espresso to kind of get some background of that wood. I didn't go in my lines very well, so I'm taking a dry brush and rubbing most of that out, but I'm just trying to add some texture and kind of decide where I want to get the background. And then, so I'm blending out some of my, I'm trying to blend out that background, and I wish I would have waited till it dry, but this is the problem I have when I'm filming. I'm always worried about, I feel like there's like a timer over me, and oh my gosh, I don't want to bore people. And so I make so many more mistakes when I'm filming, and that's why I love to share. I really want to share my art, but sometimes I don't like to share the process because it does, I don't know, it makes me a lot more self-conscious. And I feel like I'm going to get the haters telling me, oh, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. I love to do it wrong. I wish I could just do everything the proper way and teach you the proper way. But in my brain, I'm just always wanting to experiment, and I'm craving adventure, and I'm craving, ooh, what else can I do with this? Can I do that? Can I do that? That's how my brain works. So that's still where I'm at in my art journey. But I think it is so fun to experiment, and that's why I still love trying new supplies. I want to know, I want to test the boundaries and that kind of thing. So I'm going along. I'm still trying to fix my background. I'm trying to get a little bit of the wood grain. It's actually a wood table, and it's pretty distressed. So I'm trying to get a little of that, but I'm too impatient to let it dry out of the way and and like you're supposed to, and then go in and put the lines. And then I did try to get, while the paper was wet, I tried to add the coffee beans that will be in the background so they would kind of blur out. And then I'm going to go ahead and start painting inside of the coffee cup, and it was a very light caramel color with some deeper brown. So I'm pretty sure I went to search for espresso in Unsplash, and this is what came up. But I think it's actually cappuccino, because it definitely has some cream and all the good stuff that I like in it. But I did go ahead and change. I always change things from the reference photo. And so I made the inner part kind of just a little bit like a heart. It was maybe suggested, but not really. And I emphasized it being a little bit more of a heart. And then I will try to add some shadows. And since I have the masking fluid, it's much quicker, much easier. It does also make it where you have to go and correct a lot of mistakes, because I'm never patient enough to apply masking fluid quite thin enough. But with these color shapers, it really does make it easy to add the masking fluid, and then you just have to make sure and use a damp paper towel to get all the masking fluid off. So I'll go ahead and add my shadows, and I'll use a little bit of Daniel Smith Ultramarine Blue to mix with the, I think espresso is what I used, to make my gray. You just don't ever want to let masking fluid sit on anything very long, because that makes it more difficult to remove. But I love having art supply tools that are multifunctional, and so the color shapers blend oil pastels very well, and you can also use them to add texture to your oil pastel paintings but then you can also use them for masking fluid. So I'm not sure what else they're going to be used for, but I'm sure I'll figure out more things. So I really did enjoy those. If I had to rank all the supplies that I received today, I would definitely rank the watercolors as number one. Those just watercolors always make me giddy, and I always love trying all the brands and all the colors. And then I definitely love the oil. The Sennelier oil pastels were definitely the second favorite. Then probably the Karen Real Brush, actually. I was surprised by that. I had always wanted to try that. Of course, I love the Derwent drawing pencil. That's a very high quality art material. And then next would probably be the color shapers. So all in all, I really enjoy both of these boxes. It's so fun to try, and I think they're a good value for the money. So but make sure and check out all the links. It looks like they let you purchase the previous month box, and I don't know if they eventually sell out, but I am very happy that I got to try the boxes. I'll have their information so you can check them out. They also are on Instagram, and I'm following them on Instagram. Let you check out this company, but I thoroughly enjoyed both of these boxes. I can't wait to see what else I make with these. And thank you so much to Sketchbox for sending them to me. I can't wait to learn more about the Rockwell paints. I've never tried any paints from Rockwell, so it was really fun to try them. This was as much about adding the color and trying the materials as well as it was fixing my mistakes. You'll see after I remove the masking fluid, I definitely have to fix a lot of my mistakes. So I'm not sure how much time it saves, but it makes me feel like I'm going to be able to keep the white parts really white. So I always wind up going ahead and doing that. Then after my painting was almost finished, I did go in with my Holbein white color pencil, and I'm using the Caran d'Ache blender to blend that out. And then I also used a Faber-Castell watercolor pencil just to kind of sharpen my edges, and it's just it's a quick way to go and correct all my mistakes, because when I'm painting, I'm usually trying to paint. I'm having so much fun. I make a lot of mistakes. So thank you again to Sketchbox for sending me these supplies. I really enjoyed them, even the sticker. Okay, so World Watercolor Month is watercolor and gouache, and so I used to use watercolor, and then I took the picture. But then after I was finished, of course, I had to try to use the Sennelier oil pastels on top, and then it was like over the top gorgeous. And so I'm so glad I tried that. I will be doing that again more, and yeah, I absolutely loved it, and I'm going to share a picture of what that looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.